Let's see if I could get today's guest up. Her name is Tara, and she's got a very interesting, niche career like us. And I just met her about a month ago in New York City. And when I heard what she did, I was kind of blown away because I thought, ooh, I've never heard of that. And you are somebody that the people in our community could really we could use you because you could be super super helpful. So I'll just say what her job is because it's in her profile name, and hopefully we can get her on. Her name is Tara, and she's a legal, not illegal, she's a legal nurse, and she does a lot with targeted documentation, especially when you have kids with special needs, or there's here she is, or there's some kind of medical issue that things together. She, let me see if this works. She could be very, very helpful with that. So yeah, there she is. Great. Hi, Tara.
Hello.
Okay, so first, can you say what is a legal nurse? When we first met, I was like, I've never heard of that, and I don't think our clients have ever mentioned that.
Yes. So thank you for having me. A legal nurse. So I'm a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for 25 years now, and what I do is I help attorneys review medical records. So I go through the medical records and I determine standards of care. I look at identifying any deviations, and really just translating any complex medical terms into terms that can be understood by the layperson.
Okay, that's really helpful because I was mentioning that a lot of people in this community dealing with very difficult exes going through the legal system and then co-parenting afterward, their kids have medical issues, or there's kids with special needs with IEPs, which are also known as individualized education plans. And often there's joint legal custody, so both people have to agree. And our clients end up in court because their exes say, no, 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 I don't agree with the diagnosis, nothing's going to happen. So how could someone like you be helpful in terms of helping our clients properly document what needs to be done?
So what I would do is I would work through the attorney, but I would work with you and I would review the medical records. I would go through and I would find all documentation to support or refute whatever is being claimed. So I would be the one to go through with the fine-tooth comb, and I would find any of the documentation we need, any of the assessments that we need to show, any testing, any of the results, anything that we need to support or refute what the claim is being made. So it's really, and I have that background, that medical background, that I can really review the medical records and pull out all the little things that we need to support or, again, refute the claims. So
Yeah.
I can really help with that.
Okay, can you go into detail about the kinds of things, like let's say, for example, my kid has ADHD and they've been diagnosed. And my ex is saying they don't have ADHD, there's no problem with me. And then I want to go to court because all kinds of medication or treatments have been recommended, and my ex is saying no. If I hired someone like you, like what kinds of things could you do to help me strengthen my case versus me doing it myself?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, first off, you're going to get volumes of medical records. It's going to be pages and pages, and you have to go through and know exactly where to find this information. It's going to take you hours, where I can go through and I can find exactly what we're looking for, the targeted information. I'm going to go through and I'm going to look for any types of diagnoses. I'm going to look for anything where there's been, the doctors have made comments or put in the medical records to support the diagnosis of ADHD, what treatments have been offered, what they're seeing from school, because a lot of times when you're talking about ADHD or ADD, there's going to be documentation that's going to come from the school that's going to have to go to the doctors to order to enforce that this is happening. So we can also then show that we can bring that documentation in as well. So it's really going to be that I'm going to go through and I'm going to pinpoint all those areas and find what we need to support the what we're trying to say with the ADHD.
Okay, and then when we talked privately, you talked about expert witnesses. Like,
Yeah.
how do you get those people involved?
So it will first start off with whenever I look through medical records, I always back up everything I say. So again, remember, it's not my opinion. I'm just the nurse with the knowledge. It's going through and finding what the experts in your doctors, your therapists, what they have said. And now I'm taking those and I'm putting them out to be like, this is what we're seeing. Then on top of that, I will go in and find the research. So I go out and I research, I find the evidence, I find stuff that will support us and what we're trying to claim. And then on top of that, I also then go out and I find the experts. So there are experts out there that we can hire that will also go through and look at our documentation. Again, it's not our opinion. This is all documentation from the medical records. And then from research, which is what we call peer review, it will be peer reviewed research that will then back up what we're saying. So then you have the experts that can come in and say, well, yes, here's mine. They're experts in therapy or ADHD or whatever we're looking at. They would be the expert and they would be able to speak to the medical records and also the research and their research. So an expert can then totally, that will be the one who comes in and says the final all be all for it. So it would be very supportive for our claims.
Yeah. So now, so that really helps strengthen your case rather than you just doing it by yourself, you testifying by yourself, what you've seen in your kid, you testifying by yourself, how the school said this, and here's an article that I read, and judge, pay attention to that. It sounds like there's a lot more authority when a case is put together by a medical expert who has like, here's your articles to show, here's your expert witnesses. Do you help people with their own testimony in terms of what to say, or do you just work mostly with the lawyers directly?
So I work with the lawyers directly. So if it was something like if you're getting ready to testify, I do come in and work coordinated with the attorneys to determine what we should be asking, how we should be questioning, and what we should be responding with. So it's really, I do help with the attorneys with getting the client ready for testimony. Yes, it's very important.
Yeah, and I'm thinking along with that, besides getting, let's say, someone like our client ready, when you say you come up with questions, I'm guessing you come up with really good, powerful cross-examination questions against the other party to show how what they're saying doesn't really make sense, especially in the face of all of this the expert recommendations.
Yes, that, and I also have to say, I also can play that devil's advocate. I can sit there and say, well, okay, you said this, but then this could be another way that they're going to come back and they're going to say something. So then I can also give you the opposite of, okay, you said ABC. Now, when their lawyers get up to talk to you, they're going to ask you about ABC and they're going to have this information. So I can help also with that as well. So that can also be very useful when we're looking at that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we work on with our clients is proper presentation. And because our clients are all domestic violence victims and dealing with all kinds of power imbalances, they tend to be very scattered and frazzled in court. They can't think straight because they're so terrified. And it sounds like what you do by preparing them and getting them to know, like, here's the stuff that's going to come at you. Like with us, we deal a lot with the bullying techniques by opposing counsel, but here's the things that they're probably going to ask you. You can get people calm because they know what's coming. They can have prepared an answer for devil's advocate or the other side and feel more confident in their testimony. And we know that people think more clearly when they're calm, and that comes with knowing what to expect and what to pay attention to and what to just say, no, that's just bullying.
And the other thing, as you were just saying that, something that popped in my brain, I don't know if we spoke about this, but I'm also, in this role, I'm also the advocate. I advocate for you. So if you are my client and I'm working with you, I'm advocating for you. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to support you in every way that I can. I'm really that person. Attorneys are there. They are your advocate as well, but they're very busy. They have a lot of things going on. There's a lot of different things. When I'm working with you, I always have, yes, I have other things on the burner, but right then when I'm working with you, it's about you. And my key as being a nurse is being that advocate. And I've found that my clients really enjoy having me speak with their clients because I can add that calmness to it. I have that, I understand from my experience about how I can help you and get you prepared and understand what's going to happen so I can advocate for you as well. So just bringing that up, I really wanted to make sure that's also brought out in this, is that as a nurse, we're taught how to be the patient advocate. Well, even though you're not my patient, you're my client, and it's being an advocate for you and your family that needs to happen. So.
Yeah, and now Tara, so you've got the background in nursing, but am I remembering right that you also are an educator?
Yes, I have a PhD in nursing education. So I have been an educator. I was in the academic setting for 10 years, and I also was a lead surgical service educator for a healthcare system here for almost 5 years. I was their surgical educator. So yeah, so education is my background. I love education. I think it's very important. And I think that I can always continue to educate people. So I'm very excited to help with that.
Yeah, I mean, you've got like all these different hats, but the bottom line is you help people strengthen their case.
Yes. Yes, that
Okay.
is my key. And it's using the medical records and the research to support that. So it is not my opinion. It is really, it's the medical records and what we can support or refute with the claim for the claim. Yep.
Yeah. And what's the range of issues that you deal with? So let's, like I mentioned ADHD or kids that have IEPs, but what are some other things that you might cover that you've done in the past?
It really, I've covered multiple things. I mean, one of the hardest things I ever did was a child abuse case. That was one of the hardest ones I've ever covered. But I would say I have my background is surgical, but I will say that with my legal nurse, it has given me the opportunity to work with multiple diagnoses. So anything from ADHD, I've done some stuff with depression. I've worked with disability clients. So when you have been hurt and you're on disability now, and supporting their claims and finding the evidence and research. And I mean, it really ranges from a whole wide variety of disease processes. I would
Mhm.
say I do have a very, like I said, wide berth of knowledge with that. And like I said, my background is mainly surgical, but I have been able to, with a legal nurse, I've worked with multiple background things. So too many to
I
list.
was going to ask, and when you said disease, one of the things that's very common in this community is addiction. And something that our clients are often very scared of, especially as they're separating from a spouse with an addiction, is how are my kids going to be safe? And trying to make sure that that person may have supervision, supervised visits for a while. Do you ever get involved, or could you get involved with cases like that to advocate for a child's safety, and then all the stuff with like gathering the research about addiction? Or is
Yes.
that sort of something else?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really good to know.
So even if I'm not reviewing medical records, I'm also my background with the research and understanding how to advocate, that really also is the other thing. So I can be, even if I'm not being looked at for reviewing medical records, it's the support to give you the support, or give the attorney the support, the medical background support. Because remember, they're going to be doing their research, but it's going to be from the law side. So they're really looking at how they can support your case with their literature and their case studies from the law side. But for me, it's going to be more looking at it from a healthcare perspective and the health perspective of it, and really advocating it from that way. So that's really another big thing I want to say, is that I am not a lawyer. That is not my thing. I am not a lawyer. I am a nurse of 25 years. I did a little course that I got some education for becoming a legal nurse, but I am not a lawyer. I do not practice law. I cannot advise you on any type of law issues. That's your attorneys. My only thing here is to help review medical records and get the information needed for you. So that's one of the big things, is really, I'm that medical person. I'm that medical background. And and again, your lawyer went to law school. I went to nursing school. I'm really, when you look at it, that's really what you want to think, is you want someone who knows their medical background to be helping to support your
Yeah,
case.
yeah, super helpful. Okay, how do you get paid? Like, how does that work?
So normally how we do it is I would go through the attorney. So my fees would be paid through the attorney, and then the attorney would either would at the end of the case would be charged through there, or I'm not really sure how they do it on their end, but I do know that I do get paid through the attorney. So the big thing is that because I am a legal nurse, I'm only a nurse, I have to be very careful on how we do this. So it'd be something where if you wanted to bring me on, you would go to your attorney and say, hey, I really want to bring on a legal legal nurse. I understand that it is a cost that I have to incur, but I really want to bring her on. And then what I would do is I would communicate through the attorney. The big thing with that, which is really important, why I would say to go through the attorney, is because then my work product, what I produce and give to you, is then confidential. It stays between the attorney. So it cannot go out and be spent and give to your, your significant other. It cannot go there. It does not get disclosed to anybody. So that's really the important thing about me working behind the scenes and going through the attorney, is because then we can keep everything I say and give to you confidential.
Wow.
It does not mean that you don't get to see it. You get to see it. I will talk to you. I talk to all my people. Whenever I have a client, a new client, I always like to speak with you. I think it's very important so that I understand truly what's going on. And then I would be able to give my report and I would give it to the attorney, and you could also see it as well. That's not saying that you can't see it, but it's better if we do that, because then we can keep everything confidential, which is
That is
really, really important.
yeah, it's so important. Yeah, because with a lot of other things in the family court system, especially with custody evaluations or psych evaluations, both sides get to see it. And I know our clients get really worried about that. But I'm thinking in terms of strategy, when you're basically aligned with the lawyer, so it's almost like you're part of the legal team and you work with the lawyer, that confidentiality allows for a lot of strategy to be done behind the scenes where the other side can't figure out what arguments you're going to come at them with.
Exactly. Yes. And that's where I really come in. So if we were just to, so you can more understand, if we're looking at it from a legal perspective, so just a small, just so you can understand, I would work with an attorney. You go in, you have surgery, they leave I don't know, they leave an instrument inside you and you get sewn up, you go home, you end up getting sick, and then come back and they say, oops, we left something inside you. So what do? I go in behind the scenes and I say, hey, A, B, and C happened. This is where they went wrong. This is what we do. And now you need to talk to the surgeon. You need to talk to this person, this person, and this person. So I can give them direct correlations. And oh, by the way, you know what? The surgeon didn't do this, and the radiologist didn't do this, and this didn't happen over here. So now I am giving you all these little things. And even though I'm not a doctor, so I can't get on the stand and testify that I understand this, I understand it from my 25 years of experience that A, B, and C should have happened. And here are the guidelines that are A, B, and C should have happened. So this is where it is. So it really is important.
Yeah. I'm thinking, especially when you said the child abuse case. I mean, that's the thing that we're dealing with the most. Is there anything you would do differently with that? Because you're talking about medical stuff, but the issues here are a lot with like child abuse or addiction. Like how do you handle something like that where someone makes an allegation and they're trying to show that this is the child is in danger? Like what kinds of evidence do you even look for? I don't know if you could talk about that at all.
Well, really, again, remember, it's really going to be through the medical records. So with that, what could be stated is, okay, you know what? I went through the medical records and I see, you didn't go see, so if it was a male child, you didn't go see a urologist, a pediatric urologist. Make sure you go see the pediatric urologist and have them looked at. Or you didn't see a gynecologist. Go see the gynecologist. Like there's certain things like I would be able to look through and be like, okay, I'm not seeing an evaluation done by this doctor. Really, maybe we need to go get an evaluation by this so that we have it when they go in to say, so now we've covered all of our ducks in a row. Because when I hear certain things, I'm going to be like, okay, instantaneously, there's going to be certain things that I'm looking for. If I don't find them, I'm going to say, hey, we're missing this over here. And then if they come back and say, hey, we didn't do this, I'm going to say, well, that's something you really should think about doing because that could really help your case. So that's another area where I would be able to help. So it wouldn't be that I would be able to get so much the evidence, but I could show how we can get the support, the evidence to support what we're saying. So that I think would be more of how I can help with that.
Yeah, really, really helpful because that's exactly the kinds of things that people need to find out before they walk into the courtroom. And then the other side attacks and says, but you didn't see a urologist, you didn't see a gynecologist. There's no way to prove it. So it's almost like because your brain is working on knowing what the other side is going to say, you help prepare our people to make a really powerful case, cover all the bases, know that they can go in and know that everything has been done and that it's really powerful evidence rather than sort of like, I'm going to try to prove it and I hope the judge sees it. Not like that.
Agreed. Yes. And also when you go back to where, people were very nervous about going in and testifying, and I think that I can also help with that, because again, I'm going to identify areas. When I rate my reports, I always call it, it's where there could be possible defenses. So where we could be down. So like when I was just thinking about, I was doing a toe that got amputated because it was a diabetic. But within the medical records, as I was going through, he was non-compliant, multiple times being documented as being non-compliant with following instructions, doing his insulin, going to the doctors. So I'm going to be able to identify all those little areas and be like, listen, you're going to be able to need to speak to these areas that they're going to come and say, hey, A, B, and C, or here's one sentence. And here's the thing, it only takes one sentence in these medical records. And if you have a paralegal or even yourself with everything going on, the craziness that's going on, that one sentence you skip over, that could be the whole crux of your case right there. So it's really, that's the other thing, is that it's really going through with a fine tooth comb and knowing where to pull out and identify those areas.
Yeah, I mean, it makes so much sense because you have that neutral perspective, but you're basically, again, making sure there's no holes in the case and preparing people for like, here's where it's weak, here's what you need to do to strengthen it so you can hopefully prevail.
Yes, yes. And so then when you're going in, you're not nervous. You know that even all the flip sides that are going to be asked of you, you already know this. So you feel prepared. You have that little more of confidence. Sure, you might still be nervous, but it might be something that they come after you with, and you have that, and you know that, and you're prepared for it. So I think that's also really helpful as well.
Yeah. So are there any other things that people should know about and do to protect themselves when going through divorce or post-divorce? I mean, I know you said the thing with what you do in confidentiality is really great to know, especially when putting together a case. But other things that people should be aware of?
I would always say, whenever you're going to doctors or you're talking to your doctors, make sure you get medical records, keep everything in order and organized. Make sure you're keeping really good documentation of when you go to the doctors, and who you see. That's really important, because if it might be just that you saw this doctor one time and you forget about him, but getting those notes might be really imperative to the case. So I always say, make sure you're keeping a documentation of all the doctors you're going to, and you're keeping track of all those things. Anytime, also the other thing I tell people is your communication that you do with your doctors online. You send messages. We tend to use email a lot nowadays, and I do it constantly, shooting a message off to my doctor. Think about those as well, because a lot of times those will not be included in your documents that we get the medical records. So make sure you're saving all of your documentation and making sure you're giving that all to your attorney, because even those emails could be very important as well.
Oh, great. I mean, oh my gosh, Tara, this is really, really helpful. So how can people find you?
So I'm here on Instagram, Tara the Legal Nurse. I also have my own website, and that's tzmlegalnurseconsultant.com. And I'm also on LinkedIn. So if anytime, please feel free to call me, contact me, reach out. I always do a case review. I don't charge for that. I do a case review, and I would always give you a case review, and then I would tell you, a cost estimate before I would move on. So it's always something I keep in mind. I don't just jump into things, but I always do like to speak with you and see if I can help. The other thing that I always say too is that I have a team of nurses that work with me. So if it's something that, I'm not sure of, I have nurses that are around me that work and do this all the time. So it is something that I can be like, hey, I have this. What are some things I really need? So it's not, even though I'm not able to articulate every single thing that I've been involved in, I have a very large support network that we will definitely be able to get that information, and we can also find the expert that we need for you. So that is something that I always want to say as well, is that I am not the end all be all, know everything, but I have a great team and support of nurses around me that will be very useful for us.
Oh my gosh, this is so excellent. Tara, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your advice and background and what you do, because I think like I said, I never heard of a legal nurse before. And I think, again, that there's so many people in this community who are dealing with issues regarding diseases, addiction, disability, special needs children, that if they want to make a powerful case, it's almost like you really help them figure out a way to do so. And I think it's a lot more strategic than just doing it on your own.
Yes.
So,
And I think it's one less thing that you have to stress over, especially when you're looking at stuff and that you're not understanding what's being said. So that's where I can come in and I can alleviate that from you. And that's one of the big things, is that being there as a advocate, but also as part of your team to help you with this transition that you're going through.
yeah. All right. Well, great. Thank you so much, Tara.
Thank
Hope to
you.
see
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
again soon.
Yes, thanks.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.